thank you to everyone who's helped support me, my friends, my family, and most importantly, my therapist.
Hi everyone, I would like to thank Ferris State University for their online schooling opportunities. I am graduating this December from the Industrial Technology and Management program. I would like to give a huge shout out to Nicole Vandevegate for all her help and support and helping me get through this as fast as I can and as smooth as I can. It's really important to me that Ferris offers these type of opportunities for students who live far away, who work full-time, who have families, and I greatly appreciate it, and I'm glad to join the ranks of a Ferris alumni.
I just want to thank my parents, especially my dad, and my teachers, and all the mentors I had here while at Ferris, and I'd especially like to thank the friends that I made along the way.
I cried a lot, but I did it. Peace.
Well, Mom, I love you. You did an amazing job, and I appreciate you for everything you did. And I graduated. I did what you wanted. I hope you're happy. Love you.
I'd like to thank my friends and family and my boyfriend for helping me through this.
I'd just like to say thanks to my parents for always encouraging me, and thanks to my classmates and my professors for always making me feel like I can belong and that I can do this. Thanks.
I want to say thank you to all of my classmates, to all of my friends, to all of my family for everything that they have done for me. I've been through a lot these past 5 years, but you really have changed my life for the better, and I'm very thankful for each and every one of you.
Go TDMP! Yeah!
Yeah!
I'd like to thank my friends and family and my wonderful boyfriend for getting me through these years of college. I'd also like to thank the AMA teaching me that I can do marketing and computers as my career. And always remember, go Dogs!
Hi, my name is Hannah Nunemaker. I am a senior in the Hospitality Management program, and I would like to send a thank you out to my friends and my family and a lot of my mentors, including my professors, Dr. Keogh, Amy Dory, Keki Wolfer, and also my mom was a huge supporter, and my siblings as well. And I couldn't do it without my mentors, Bob Ekman, as well as Justin Mortier, Doug Barman, and a lot of other alumni that I've come across.
Okay, I just want to say thank you to my parents for helping me throughout this journey. Whew, it's been a roller coaster, but I finally made it and I did it. And I want to say thank you to my friends for being there all step of the way when I was sad, depressed, and wanted to give up. Each and every one of you guys helped me throughout the way. So thank you. Love you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President and stage dignitaries. the faculty representatives of Ferris State University. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the Doctorate in Community College Leadership Program. The graduates of the College of Business. The graduates of the College of Health Professions. The graduates of the College of Business. Please be seated. Ferris is proud to recognize graduates and guests who are currently serving or have served in our armed forces. Veterans, please stand or wave. Audience and graduates, if you would please stand as well for the singing of our national anthem. Feel free to join members of the Ferris State University Concert Choir. Gentlemen, please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the commencement exercises of Ferris State University. We are delighted that you, the family and friends of our graduates, have come to witness this occasion which celebrates their accomplishments. My name is Glenn Okanowski. I'm a faculty member in the College of Business. Carrying the symbolic mace and representing the Academic Senate is Scott Cohen. Marshals representing the faculty members are Karen Keogh and Sandra Balkema. Today's music is performed by the Grand Rapids and District Pipe Band and the Big Rapids Brass Menagerie. The interpreter is Emily Baxter, and the ushers are members of the Ferris State University Student Alumni Gold Club. Please join me in thanking them for their assistance. Now allow me to present the stage dignitaries who will rise as they are introduced. Audience, please hold your applause until all have been recognized. President Bill Pink. Trustee Ron Sneed of Canadian Lakes. Commencement speaker and 2024 Distinguished Teacher, Becky Johnson-Himes. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Robert Fleischman. President of the Academic Senate, Emmanuel Jadev. President of the Alumni Association, Luke Eddington. Trustee Mike Fisher of Lake. Trustee George Hartwell of Newaygo. Trustee Kurt Hoffman of Caledonia. Trustee Mike Ryans of Big Rapids. Trustee Vivian Termott of Ada. Vice President for Governmental and External Affairs, Dan Eichinger. Vice President for Student Affairs, Janine Ward-Roof. Vice President for Administration and Finance, Amanda Matheson. Vice President for Marketing, for University Advancement and Marketing, Kathy Mullins. Vice President for Diversity, Inclusion, and Strategic Initiatives, David Pilgrim. Vice President and General Counsel, Miles Postema. Associate Provost for Assessment and Accreditation, Mandy Seiferlein. Associate Provost for Academic Operations and Dean of Extended and International Operations, Stephen E. Reifert. Dean, College of Business, Logan Jones. Dean, College of Health Professions, Lincoln Gibbs. Would you please join me in acknowledging them? Officially presiding over this commencement ceremony are members of the Board of Trustees of Ferris State University. Trustee Sneed now brings you greetings from the board.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Fall 2024 commencement ceremonies. As a graduate of Ferris State College, class of, you have been well prepared to go out in the world. Our outstanding faculty has prepared you to go out and compete as you have done in your undergrad and graduate studies. You will have a huge network of grads. You'll find out there's so many in Ferris. We have a huge alumni base for the size of school we have. So on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, congratulations to the fall class of 2024, and go Dogs.
President Pink now brings you the university's greetings.
Good afternoon. Let's try it again. Good afternoon. So it's already almost 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You guys need to be awake by now, right? You have folks here talking to graduates right now. You guys, okay, I'll get you in a second. Graduates, you got people sitting around you this afternoon who came for a specific reason. That's you. These are folks who have supported you in many ways to get you to the point you're at right now. Some of you, they supported you through encouragement, shoulder to cry on, maybe take care of a kid or two while I study, or just to be that person to say, you know what, you got this. That person or those people are in the stands right now for many of you. So it's a big deal. I'm not one that is all that about, I appreciate the pomp and circumstance of this hour, but I appreciate more so the celebration of this hour. So I like for a graduation ceremony to be just that, a celebration. And I'm hoping you feel the same way. I hope you feel the same way because you are here for someone down there. Now I'm talking to you. You are here for someone down there, I'm sure. Somehow or another, you decided that somebody in this room was important enough for you to give up a Saturday to come to the booming metropolis of Big Rapids, Michigan, to the best campus in the country, Ferris State University. Let me say it again. I guess you didn't hear that. To the best campus in the country, Ferris State University. I was hoping y'all were there today. And you decided to come support someone. So I'm going to give all of you an opportunity right now. Graduates, somebody in the stands, for many of you, somebody in this room, whether it be folks up here, some down here, or all of the above, somehow or another, they helped you get to this point. So without you going up and giving high fives and daps and all that good stuff, please show them appreciation and thank them right now for what they did to get you to this point. Go right ahead. Okay, that was so-so. I'm gonna let that go. Now, I'm going to you. You're gonna have to do a lot better than that. Because somehow or another, you are here to support someone on this floor. So would you, without coming to the stair, coming down and doing a dance and everything with them, and anyway, would you, where you are, show them your appreciation and your congratulations for what they have accomplished today? Can I hear that? Now, don't you wish I'd give you another chance? Because they just showed you up. But that's what today is about. It's about celebration. It's about being able to say, congratulations, you did it. And we get to celebrate you today. Let me ask the faculty and staff of this great institution to please stand at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the best faculty and staff that you will find anywhere in the country. And I put that against anyone. because the faculty and staff of this institution is focused and dedicated on your success. And if they're focused on your success, that means they are focused on the success of our great state of Michigan. So would you please give my faculty and staff a great round of applause? You may be seated. It does not fall on me lightly to know that as we sit here in December of 2024, my guess is that there are several graduates who I am standing in front of right now, that your high school experience when it came to graduation, here we are, 2024, well, if I do my math right, there are probably some of you sitting in that crowd right now that your high school graduation was a bit different than this. That when you graduated from high school, maybe back in 2020, somewhere around there, that you didn't have this ceremony where you could sit next to your colleagues who just graduated, where you could sit right close to the faculty, where you could be surrounded by people who are supporting you. You may not have had that. Guess what? We're gonna give that to you today. You're gonna graduate and we're gonna celebrate. And if you don't get off your hands and get excited about it, you're gonna be in trouble. I might take it away from you. Let's get this started.
Thank you, President Pink. Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Bobby Fleischman, will introduce our speaker.
Move that down a little bit. I would like to welcome Dr. Becky Johnson-Himes, the Ferris State University Distinguished Teacher for 2024. Dr. Johnson-Himes began her nursing career in 1992, following completion of the Bachelor of Science Nursing degree program at Lake Superior State University in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. She has experience in obstetrics, mental health care, community-based nursing, and nursing administration. Following a 21-year career in community health, she became a faculty member of the Ferris State School of Nursing in 2016. She went on to earn her doctorate of nursing practice through Walden University in 2019. She currently serves as an associate professor and RN BSN program coordinator while teaching within the baccalaureate and the RN BSN completion program. She has a passion for patient-centered preventive care and believes fostering these practices in younger nurses will result in positive social change. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Becky Johnson-Himes.
He reads that and he makes me sound like such a nerd. Like, who is that? Okay, so I will do my best. My students know I'm a crier. I made it through this morning, so we're gonna do it again for sure. But I'm so happy to be here, and this is such an honor for me. I'm very nervous, but as they asked me a few months ago to do this, well, like 7 or 8 months ago, true to form, I waited until this week, just like you guys do, to do this. And yeah, they said 45 minutes to an hour, so buckle up. We'll be here a bit. We'll be fine. So I'll get to you graduates, but I want to acknowledge your family and your friends that are here with you today and have supported you, because they supported you in times that were really hard. All of you, the graduates, family, the friends, you've made sacrifices for everybody to be here today. You have missed birthday parties and family dinners and just hanging around on a Tuesday night in your PJ pants, right? Because people were off learning, and that is amazing. So probably most of you families received text messages at some point that your graduate maybe was having a rough time getting out of bed for an 8 o'clock class, or they didn't want to study for an exam that they found no reason to even have an exam on a subject like that, or maybe they didn't get the score they had hoped for. Your text messages, your support got them here. So when I was going to school, which was long ago, I made those phone calls only on a landline. And after a few months of me calling and crying, my family quit answering the phone. And they would always just say, oh, they were outside or they missed it or what. I know they didn't want to deal with my tears because my exam was bad or whatever. So thank you for answering their texts and supporting them through that time. Thank you for sharing your student with us. We do not take lightly anybody that comes to Ferris State. We appreciate each and every one of you. There are a lot of different places that you could go to school. And we're not the largest, and we're not the flashiest, but like President Pink said, we are the best. And we have a huge, huge family. So in 1906, all of the classes of the then Ferris Institute were held in one building. And the student body was comprised of about 25% female students. Anytime that they were on campus, they had to wear a white blouse and an ankle-length black skirt. There were 2 career options at that point for women to study at Ferris: nursing and teaching. So we've come a little bit, right? A very feisty young lady named Dora Ethel Sellers began taking classes in pursuit of her teaching degree. And so every day she would board the train just north of Reed City, a little bit in between Reed City and Ashton, and she would pay a dime to ride the train here to take her classes. She took classes like physiology and orthography, civil government, and even rhetoric. When she enrolled in her classes of psychology, English, and arithmetic, her instructor was Woodbridge Ferris. 100% positive, she gave him some challenges through her enrollment with him, because like I said earlier, she was pretty feisty, she was pretty opinionated young lady. She earned her teaching certificate in 1909 and taught until she was 73 years old when she retired from the Luther High School. So if any of you know where Luther is, not a real big high school, right? So Dora Ethel Sellers was my first link to Ferris State, and more importantly to me than anyone else in this room, she was my great-grandma. So 115 years later, after her graduation, I'm very proud to stand here and represent her today. Thank you. So although Grandma Sellers was my first link to this community, this family of Bulldogs that we all belong to, that community is huge. Everywhere my family and I go, wearing our Bulldog gear, there are people yelling across the street, "Go Dogs," coming up and saying, you know, I went to Ferris, or my grandchild went to Ferris, or the neighbor kid went to Ferris. It goes on and on. Last year, my husband and I were on vacation in Florida. A man came up to us, because I guess all we own is Ferris gear. I don't know, but he came up to us and was so proud because he had graduated from the construction management program here. And he had hoped his son would follow in his footsteps. However, his son was recruited by Grand Valley into their football team and decided to attend there. But I'm pretty sure that we can all agree, after this year's football season, that was a poor choice. So last spring, I was when I was awarded this honor, some people that I really don't know had a party to celebrate it, which was really cool. And my husband's work planned this, but more importantly, they were a group of Ferris grads, and there were a lot of them. I had no idea how many of them would be there. And they shared some of the greatest stories. And the one lady was talking about she was the 1983 Outstanding Science Student Award winner. Another one shared she received her LPN degree through Ferris State in 1972. She returned and graduated in 1985 with her associate's degree in nursing and then sat for her RN licensure. She returned to Ferris a third time and graduated with her Bachelor of Science degree in 1987. So quite a legacy. My favorite story of the night came from a man who talked about the opportunity Ferris had provided for his daughter. He talked about how she struggled in high school to earn good grades, and she worked hard. It was just really difficult for her. But she always had a dream of attending one of those big name schools. So she applied to every university in the state of Michigan, and the only one that accepted her application was Ferris State University. So she enrolled in the marketing program, and she worked really hard. She still had a lot of struggles, but she made it through the program and had a fantastic educational background. And then he got this really big smile on his face and said she just bought herself a $2 million house, so I guess Ferris did okay for her. Yes, she did. So our founder, Woodbridge Ferris, is quoted as saying, "My plea in Michigan, and it will be my plea to the last breath I draw and the last word I speak, is education for all children, all men, and all women of Michigan, all the people in all our states, all the time." One of the core values of this university, of your university, is to encourage and support everyone who wishes to acquire the knowledge, leadership, and communication skills that are the foundations of personal success. So that's your success, each of your successes. Not all graduates have a 4.0 GPA. Those of you that do, congratulations, because that's an amazing feat. Those of you that don't have a 4.0 GPA, congratulations, because it's an amazing feat. It is a big, big deal. Those of you who didn't finish college with maybe the highest of GPAs, you knew what you wanted in your career. You came to Ferris, you dug deep, and you buckled down, and you have done it. Maybe you had to repeat a class or two or more. That's okay. You've made it here today, and we are so excited for you. So don't let any of those falters along the way define your personal success. Being eager to learn, committing to it, rolling up your sleeves and digging in, pursuing your passion, let those things define your successes. The faculty and staff here have provided you with the skills and knowledge for a successful career. And I, like President Pink said earlier, will proudly put up a Ferris grad and their degree against anyone. As you continue your pursuit of your career and your passion, I encourage you to hold on to the enthusiasm that you have today as a new grad. You're gonna need it, because new careers come with struggles. That's okay, you're a bulldog, you'll be fine. You're going to persevere, you'll adapt to the challenges, and then you're gonna come back to all these alumni events and you're gonna share great stories about how you were prepared for it. Work hard to foster new connections, but keep your old ones too, because those connections, those relationships will be your greatest assets. You will always achieve more together than you will alone. Even if you didn't want to do a group project in school, there was a reason for it, we had to do it. The Ferris network is so strong and so fast, so please come back. please come back to visit us. Tell us about your new roles. Share your accomplishments. Let us know how it's going. Email your instructors. You all have their emails. I know you do. Come back to homecoming and see us. Find those tents of your respective colleges. We want to talk to you. We want you to stay engaged. Under the guidance of President Pink, this university is quickly advancing, and we want you to be a part of that forever. So Monday afternoon, I walked out of flight after a final exam to that crew there in like the 4th row. And I saw a graduate in her cap and gown. And she was standing in front of the big FSU sign on the side of flight, and her family and friends were taking pictures. And it just gave me goosebumps. It was so exciting to see that, 4 or 5 days early, they were taking advantage of the then sunshine and not cold weather, I might add, but enjoying this week. So as you commemorate your achievements with your family and friends today, know that there are many of us behind the scenes who are just as excited for you and celebrating you just as much. So I do need to do a little shout out to that crew there, our nursing grads. A few weeks ago, I told them that I wanted to fail them all because I didn't want to give them up yet. They are a very special crew. It has been a privilege to be a small part of your journey. Any of them, and that they know I don't take this lightly, don't Parker, you're doing it. I would be so proud to have any one of them caring for any member of my family that needed help. So, congratulations, class of 2024. And although it's cold out, I hope that I see all of you tomorrow at the football game in the stands cheering them on. Go Dogs.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson-Himes. We now take pride in recognizing the graduates of the Ferris State University class of 2024. As they cross the stage, please note the cords worn by many of our graduates. These earned symbols signify academic honors, military service, Greek societies, and student organizations. In the interest of time and maintaining the integrity of the ceremony, we ask that the families and friends of the graduates remain at their seats for the complete ceremony. Following the ceremony, we invite the family and friends to take photos in front of the stage. For safety purposes, the platform will be closed. The academic deans will assist President Pink and Provost Fleischman to confer the appropriate degrees and certificates on the Ferris State University class of 2024.
Will the candidates for the Educational Doctorate in Community College Leadership please rise? Will their families also please rise? Associate Provost and Dean Stephen Reifert will present the candidates.
On behalf of the Community College Leadership Program, I am honored and privileged to present the candidates for Educational Doctorate in Community College Leadership. They are hereby certified by the faculty for their degrees. The special hoods they wear represent the completion of the requirement for the doctoral degree.
Thank you, Associate Provost Reifert. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you the degree Educational Doctorate in Community College Leadership with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations, Doctorate in Community College Leadership graduates.
Family members may be seated. Graduates, please come forward as directed by ushers. Dr. Matthew Edward Walsh. Dr. Ronique Shalette Hinshin Ryan. Dr. Diane P. Rhodes. Dr. Richard Lee DeShields. Dr. Mercedes Lynn Wilson Everett. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates in the Educational Doctorate in Community College Leadership.
Will the candidates for the Doctor of Nursing Practice in the College of Health Professions please rise? Will their families also please rise? Dean Lincoln Gibbs will present the doctoral degree candidates.
On behalf of the College of Health Professions, I am honored and privileged to present the candidates for Doctor of Nursing Practice. They are hereby certified by the faculty for their degrees.
Dean Gibbs, by virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon you, graduates, the Doctor of Nursing Practice, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations, Doctor of Nursing Practice graduates.
Graduates, please come forward as directed by ushers. Dr. Corinne Claire Bradley. Dr. Carolyn Jo Steenland. Ladies and gentlemen, the Doctor of Nursing Practice graduates of the College of Health Professions.
Will the candidates for the master's degrees in the College of Health Professions please rise? Will their families also please rise? Dean Lincoln Gibbs will present the master's degree candidates.
On behalf of the College of Health Professions, I am honored and privileged to present to you these candidates for the degree of Master of Healthcare Administration, Master of Public Health, and Master of Science in Nursing. They are hereby certified by the faculty for their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Gibbs. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon each of you individually the master's degree as it applies to you, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations, master's degree graduates of our College of Health Professions.
Family members may be seated. Graduates, please come forward as directed by ushers. Kristen Kunig. Samantha Joyce Nelson. Shelby Soames. Kristen Shackelford. Kimberly DeVito. Tracy Lynn Thompson. Megan Ann Sorensen Buchanan. Ladies and gentlemen, the master's graduates of the College of Health Professions.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees and certificates in the College of Health Professions please rise? Will their families also please rise? Dean Lincoln Gibbs will please present the candidates.
On behalf of the College of Health Professions, I am honored and privileged to present to you these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Associate in Applied Science. They are hereby certified by the faculty for their degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon each of you the bachelor and associate degrees as they apply to you individually, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations, College of Health Professions graduates.
Family members may be seated. Graduates may be seated except for the first row. Please come forward as directed by ushers. Satita Valila Vaughn. Scout Elise Nadine Daly. Savannah Allen. Deborah Krishna Lynn Taylor. Asia Ivory. Aubrey Jasmine Druso. Chloe Marie Miller. Sabella Michelle Leverton. Parker Regan Nolan. Hannah Abeja Eiley. Thomas Hunter Johnson. Sean Weinman. Olivia Carmela Bondi. Lauren Louise Loveberry. Melissa Gossage. Skyly Paige Robb. Amelia Thorne. Jeanette Scott. Lauren Paige Schwartz. Anna Elizabeth Davis. Sydney Elizabeth Rushford. Ethan Ream. Jaden Wade. Shayla Marie Hurt. Zamir Zande Knighton. Michelle Kieft. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the College of Health Professions.
I had to move it down, I forgot. Will the candidates for the master's degrees in the College of Business please rise? Will their families also please rise? Dean Logan Jones will please present the master's degree candidates.
On behalf of the College of Business, I am honored and privileged to present to you these candidates for the degrees of Master of Business Administration, Master of Data Science and Analytics, Master of Science in Criminal Justice Administration, and Master of Science in Information Security and Intelligence. They have hereby been certified by the faculty for their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Jones. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon each of you the master's degree as it applies to you individually, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations, master's degree graduates of the College of Business.
Family members may be seated. Graduates, please come forward as directed by ushers. Bailey Aversano. Marisa Fry. Kyle Schmidt. Zen Lee. Angela Nicole Parham. Katie McClinshaw. Stephen E. Spencer. Thomas Cox. Jordan Rush. Bran Thalen. Austin William Bayer. Ladies and gentlemen, the master's graduates of the College of Business.
Will the candidates for the baccalaureate and associate degrees and certificates in the College of Business please rise? Will their families also please rise? Great energy this time of the day. Dean Logan Jones will please present the candidates.
On behalf of the College of Business, I am honored and privileged to present to you these candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Associate in Applied Science, Associate in Arts, and certificates. They are hereby certified by the faculty for their degrees.
Thank you, Dean Jones. By virtue of the authority vested in me, I confer upon each of you the bachelor and associate degrees and certificates as they apply to you individually, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities therein. Congratulations to the graduates of the College of Business.
Families may be seated. Graduates may be seated except for the first row. Please come forward as directed by ushers. Francesca Williams. Christina Schaefer Ware. Nicole Ralston. Anne Frances Kozlowski. Brady M. Pickens. Jeffrey A. Stone. Zachary Richardson. Ryan Matthew Carlson. Antiana Mattia. Kyra Ray Young. Joe Finney. Larkin Wegner. Abigail N. Johnson. Alexis A. Farrell. Lily S. DeGroat. Layla Ray Creed. Aaliyah Brown. Faith Deborah Jean Faley. Darius Lamar Love. Lucas David Wipa. Stephen Ray Brown. Colin J. Bone. Jack Anthony Schmansky. Jack Andrew Chaldecott. Jonathan George Cornwall Delanu. Ethan Edsel. Ethan Bruce Ettinger. Haley Gray. Ashton Hero. Jordan Brian White. Tyler Benjamin Bukema. David Calixto. Hunter Waldmiller. Nolan Richard Osgood. Molly Pacholski. Jade N. White. Braden Chappell. Nevea Renee Risner. Ingrid E. Kukla. Jalen Marie Weeks. Grace R. Fath. Madison May Boyd. Gracie L. Fritchie. Cicely Kerr. Ikela L. Hall. Nadia Mariella Millen. Allison M. Reinig. Wendy C. Peavy. Ethan T. Hapworth. Marsabella Setlis. Zachary Amon Miller. Cameron Lee Mesler. Isabel Jane Smith. Trevor Taylor. Jennifer Sterlecki. Corbin Thomas Kalin. Jonathan Schumann. Charisse Joy Kreidoff. John Edward Moore. Justin McSaube. Peyton D. Peterson. James Edward Tooney. Tyler Knopp. Nicole King. Mark Steiner. Matthew R. Nelson. Wyatt Rowland. Sean M. Jackson. Teresa Buckingham. Rachel N. Zachman. Michaela Vicarious. Ernest Young, Jr. Hunter M. McCallop. Kelly J. Lohr. Kenzie Bowers. Shara McGuire. Alana Lina Dixon. Cynthia Shivers. Logan M. Reynolds. Parker George Atanas Christoph. Megan Nicole Lesh. Kyle John Vanderwerf. Brady Miskovich. Zachary Austin Kuhn. Christian James Carpenter. Ida Blunt. Diamond A. Snow. Jalen Guerin. Michelle Dorschmer. Madison Grace Ellis. Adriana Levin. Joyous Ruta Shusha. Mallory Nicole Urick. Madison Rose Kumper. Leilani R. Sigsby. Nicholas Clayton Smith. Maria Kristen Elizabeth Gifford. Colton Grice. Monica Feldposh. Carson Cup. Austin William Lateny. Rochelle Dabrowski. Bailey Rose Edison. Daisy Rose Leuenberger. Ty Thomas Bigelow. Matthew Carl Benko. Eric Jonathan Cohen. Daniel Thomas Triesenberg. Matthew Robert Marecki. Jordan Montrell Harvey. DeAndre Maurice Brown. Devin Gibbs. Anthony Christopher Watts. Emily Mattingly. Alexander Rudolph Valentini. Garrett Wayne Cohen. Sean R. Van Elzinga. Ty O. Drobot. Joshua R. Kuhn. Jacob Thorold. Aaron Christopher Peterline. Nicole Curtis. Kaylin Ann Barenwald. Elizabeth Veldman. Danielle Sensier. Jennifer Lingo. Tyler Robinson. Hannah Joy Nunamaker. Chase Dancer. James Wesley Jackson Cates II. Jacob Adam Bultema. Lauren Elizabeth Krupinski. Alexander Jones. Jonathan Gerald Diaz de Leon. Rachel Nicole Wesserling. Cynthia Johnson. Gabriella Barish. Lucas DeCampos. Kayla Elizabeth Harris. Jenny Zhu. Kathy L. Fon. Dan Sokol. Reese Alexander Miller. Robert Thomas Yaxley. Ben Muma. Victoria Lynn Bridges. Lawrence Wilson Jones Carter. Jarius Trevor Aaron. Jayla Noree Lewis. Tegan S. Rosas. Maximus K. Johnson. Jana Ree Sheldon Townsend. Jacqueline Hemby. Juan Diego Vargas. Laura Marie Ryan. Justice Russell. Christopher Yee. Destiny Christian Nicole Rice. Jaden Michael Anderson. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates of the College of Business.
At this time, would all of our graduates please stand? So there's a long-standing tradition with commencement ceremonies, in which graduates move their tassels from the right side to the left side of their caps as a symbol of their accomplishment. At this time, I invite all of our graduates of the class of 2024 to flip your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2024 of Ferris State University. You may be seated. Graduates, I'd like to leave you with this closing thought. 140 years ago, our founder, Woodbridge Ferris, and his wife, Helen, decided that on the very grounds that you have gone to school, that you've gone to class, that you've eaten, and some of you have slept in residence halls, and that you have studied, on those very grounds, 140 years ago, Woodbridge and Helen Ferris established Ferris Institute. And 140 years ago, with what they set out to do in having education, a post-secondary education, that they were focused on an education to not only prepare the workforce for the state of Michigan, but to provide a workforce and an institute that was open to anyone who wanted to come. 140 years ago. It is very known that in the year 1884, when we were established, that message was not the most popular message in our country. That anyone, no matter the color of your skin, no matter your gender, that you were welcome to come to these doors, to these grounds, and to have an education that would prepare you for the world of work. Yet, our founder and his wife did just that. And here we sit, 140 years later, the only state public four-year institution in the state of Michigan named after its founder. The only one. There's a reason for that. Because as Woodbridge Ferris, former governor of the state of Michigan, former senator of the state of Michigan, a candidate for president of the United States, that he indeed is definitely, as the founder of this institution, definitely set something forward on these grounds that you and I here in 2024 are daily challenged to live out. Never have I been part of a university where the people who have worked here, the people who presently work here, and many graduates of this great institution, never have I seen a school where the founder of that institution, 140 years later, is still quoted and is still recognized. No one does that. Who does that? When you have an institution, I don't think there's any, and the only one named after its founder. I don't think there is some person named Grand Valley Johnson that put a school in Allendale. I don't think it happened. But on the grounds in Big Rapids, Michigan, it happened. And here you sat as a graduate of that very institution. But here's the challenge for you. Our founder and his wife had one very important message for every graduate of this great institution. One thing that they challenged each of you to do, that once you leave this place, that you become focused on how you can make the world a better place. I don't know of any other founder that had that established as their message. But that's not just a message. It is something that should compel you each and every day when you get up and you go to work at the place that you will work because of what you did at this place, that I want you to think about that on a daily basis. How do you get up in the morning and you go to that space that you will work in and ask yourself the question, how do I make the world, my world, a better place? Because the institution that you picked it all up, the institution that prepared you, the institution that I hope that you are proud of, this is the institution of which its founder, if he were walking in that door today, would ask you the very same question. How will you make the world a better place? Be proud of the university that you're graduating from today. Be just as proud as your university is of you. Because no, we are proud to call you a bulldog. And as you go into this world, that is exactly what you live out. The spirit of a Ferris State Bulldog. It's different from any other graduate I've ever seen. And there's a reason for that. That reason sits before you today. Congratulations on what you've done, Bulldogs. Go out and make the world a better place. Go Dogs.
President of the Ferris Alumni Association, Luke Eddington, will now bring you greetings on behalf of the association.
It is my great privilege to salute all of you for the first time as alumni of Ferris State University. From this day, you will face many new possibilities, probabilities, and challenges. We will be depending on you to do your part to strengthen the economies of our world and to build our communities. And it is now more than ever that we are counting on you to advocate to your family, neighbors, and colleagues the continuing opportunity of Ferris State. We are looking forward to your return to campus as our advisors, to be guest speakers and share with us your successes so that your stories will inspire and support future generations so that they can fulfill their dreams of being Bulldogs too. Celebrate this great day. We look forward to hearing from you soon. And remember, you are, and always will be, a Bulldog.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of Ferris Fidelity. You may join members of the FSU Concert Choir in singing our alma mater. The words are located in your program.
As constant as the northern star, our faith we pledge to thee. Our word, our bond, our oath, our trust to you, fidelity. From promise of the crimson dawn to sunset's mellow gold, thy spirit shall prepare. We pledge allegiance as of old. Alma mater hail, strong and true. Alma mater hail.
Please remain standing for the formal closing of the commencement ceremony. Thank you for sharing this special day with us.